Stories. The most powerful and enduring aspect of the human experience. They're etched on cave walls, passed down from generations by word of mouth, depicted in films, written in novels, and crafted into every bottle of American whiskey. The best whiskeys tell stories that don't happen overnight. Their complex notes and tastes harmonize into something truly distinct, something dutifully crafted and owned by the generations that came before, and tell a story that you can taste with every pour. But what is that story? Is it one of hope, the American dream? In western Kentucky, 3 families have come together to tell a story rich in tradition, legacy, and family. The pillars of life that endure and age like the finest whiskeys. Those families are the Calls, Groths, and Hemingways. This is the Call family, Ron, Jacob, and Clayton. The Calls are 8th-generation distillers, whose whiskey roots predate the legendary Bourbon Trail itself, reaching back to the earliest days of the state, where their roots are dug deep. Sweet home Kentucky. As one of the oldest distilling families in Kentucky, the Call family is keeping their rich family tradition alive with their newest endeavor, Hemingway whiskey. Ron and Sons have been in the bourbon industry for 35 years, each a renowned distiller in their own right. They've come together to bring their 8 generations of whiskey history into a series of American whiskeys true to their roots, and telling an ever-evolving story by handcrafting each one.
You know, when Steve Groth gave us the opportunity to put together a team to build the Hemingway rye whiskey brand, I thought it was just a great opportunity given his track record with Angel's Envy and the team that he put together to grow and build this brand. I mean, it was kind of a no-brainer for us.
This is Steve Groth. Steve has been telling stories with spirits for 2 decades and is an original founder of the game-changing Angel's Envy bourbon. Steve and his 2 sons have been helping spirits brands tell their stories for the last decade and have teamed up with the Calls and the Hemingways to bring that story to life.
The Call family and the Groth family are very traditional. I think they have they respect the history of people that have come before them, people that have taught them, but also have this kind of this itch to do things that are innovative and new. The cultural connection between the values and the point of view that we have, you know, this idea that we can make things a bit better and a bit different and do it in a way that's honest and authentic is something that our 2 families connected with immediately.
And this product here is very traditional to family history. It goes back to making product the way it should be made. And I think that's what I'm proud of. Working with Steve is we got something here. So.
Together with the Ernest Hemingway family, whose legendary stories and history are known the world over, the Calls and the Groths are on a mission to craft a whiskey of tradition and story, and to artfully blend their collective history and generations into a collection of whiskeys fit for the lips of Hemingway himself and the stories he told. Stories shared across generations that become bigger than themselves. something tangible, defining, and lasting. Some people call it tradition. Some call it legacy. But the Calls, the Groths, and the Hemingways, they call it Hemingway whiskey. What kind of tale will you tell when you pour your story?